Welcome, devils, advocates, and gemstones to the Tarot Temple here at Spearit Vibes. This is your weekly forecast for work and money for the week of March 20th until March 26th. Please be mindful to support this platform by providing your likes, by commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And you can also support this platform by regularly checking the description box and clicking on the links below, as well as booking a reading. Now let's prepare for what messages the greater source would like for me to relay to you for this week's work and money. I hope you enjoy it, but please stay awake. Awesome. Welcome back, devils, advocates, and gemstones to the temple once again for your work and money. But before I begin, I will like to thank all of the new subscribers, just in case you are in Devil Advocates house. Thank you so much for making this your place for personal, spiritual, and whatever else type of development. Also, I would like to thank the faithful ones who come to the temple on a regular basis and ensure that they get their guidance for the week for work, money, and romance. I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to go ahead and get started with this week's forecast. And as you know, we pulled a ruins card for the month of March. And if you don't know that, or if you know need to recall it to you, you have the Thoraz energy, which states reactive force, directed force of destruction and defense, conflict, instinctual will, vital eroticism, regenerative catalyst, a tendency towards change. So a lot of this energy is, I'm seeing a lot of force in it, you know. A force to me is sometimes a Pluto energy, and it's a necessary thing. Oftentimes we don't understand it. Most of the time it's something that we don't want to do, but it's necessary for our growth, okay? And by you being my premier sign, as you have been for weeks, I have a new deck of cards that I'm going to exchange more towards the end or at the end of the reading. As opposed to giving you a totem, we're going to get you an affirmation, all right? So I think I would switch it up. You're the only one who will be getting it this week because you're the only one that's meeting the mark. So let's go ahead and see what your movie message is. What's going on this week when it comes to your picture? How, what elements will be involved with your energies this week? What type of movie set is your life like this week? Now, don't take it literally. This could be figuratively. There could be elements in this movie that apply. You just have to figure it out. That's why I say get your natal birth chart. It's a great way of figuring things out. There you go. And also, with that being said, having your birth chart and knowing your moon and your rising is also a definite, because when you come to the temple, you should be viewing at least 3 videos. One for your sun, one for your moon, one for your rising. Everything in those vids could apply. It could be one thing that applies the most. It's just your job to knit your story, okay? If it fits, you have to knit it together. If it doesn't fit, you can quit, right? If it doesn't resonate, no big deal. Just go keep moving. But if you don't know the parts of yourself, you don't know what parts to move to. Okay? Ooh, you all have beloved this week. Beloved. And to my understanding, because when I first saw beloved years ago, it was kind of hard to understand. But beloved deals with like a poltergeist, something, a spirit from your past. It dealt with a spirit from the past. And you know, it started Oprah Winfrey and Danny Glover back in 1998. And this spirit, this thing from the past, I felt like it wanted to take over Oprah's life, the mother figure. It wanted to be like the mother, be loved like the mother, as I remember it. But it dealt with some heavy issues from the past. And what we're going to do is I'm going to pull my other device and we're going to read the plot. Okay, so I try to find a site that would give me a quick understanding of really what the movie was about. So it says in 1873, Ohio, Seth, which is played by Oprah Winfrey, is a mother of 3 haunted by her horrific slavery past and her desperate actions for freedom. As a result, Seth's home is haunted by a furious poltergeist, which drives away her 2 sons. Seth and her daughter, which is played by Kimberly Elise, endure living with the spirit for 10 more years until an old friend, Paul D. Garner, played by Danny Glover, arrives to run it out. After Garner moves in, a strange woman named Beloved, played by Thandie Newton, enters their lives, causing turmoil. It's a really good movie, but it may be You'll Be Haunted by Your Past. I think last week that was the title, A Ghostly Past. So it's dealing with some things, dealing from horrific things that happened in the past, and some spirit from the past comes in to basically shake things up. Okay, and sometimes it's just how we clear out things, you know. And I think a lot of it really deals with the conscious. So that is your movie, Beloved. Okay, this is the Spearit Vibes movie deck, and you have Beloved. So remember to and then we talk about a reactive and directed force of destruction in your ruin message for the month of March. So let's go ahead and see what's going on planetary-wise, all right? External and internal energies, and then we're going to move on to your moon energies, okay? External and internal, and then we're going to get on into the dice, all right? We know we like that roll of the dice. So far, you have been, I think I gave it to one of, I think it was Aquarius, but so far you've been the only one able to get all of these goodies, okay? External energy, we're dealing with the wands of Venus, the staffs of wands of Venus. Internally, we're dealing with the pentacles of diamonds of Jupiter. Not bad energy, but I'm feeling like some of you may be in the midst of fighting for love. I don't know what kind of love it is, or fighting for what you love. This may be fighting in the home because you want a type of loving energy. Okay, you want an abundant energy. Okay, now I'm hearing the word steam, so you may be steaming, upset, like upset about something. What you feel that should be a beautiful situation is turning out to not be so good, because you have to understand that Venus is the energy that wars against what's not beautiful, what's not right, you know, what's not loving, let's say that. And maybe this is, because I'm also seeing the number of experience here. I'm also seeing the number here of, how do I want to put this? It's like fortune. It can either be fortunate or a misfortune based on an action that you've taken. Okay? This action can turn out to be good, or it can turn out to be a costly thing. Okay? And let's say, for instance, when I say turn out to be good, it's like, it's kind of like, you know how you tell your child not to do something and they do it and it turns out to be a good thing that they did it? It's that kind of energy. Okay, internally dealing with Jupiter, which deals with pleasure and things that make you happy, things that benefit the whole. And I see that you are making plans, even thinking about the money to spend, you know, what would be good for the home. I'm also hearing correction out of this energy, so there may be a lot of correction going home. That this is this is what I think Venus, this force is showing up for, is to, didn't I say that earlier, to correct some things to make some things right. So there may be an energy or a spirit lingering in your home or even at your job that's causing some disruption, some things you don't like. There may be some fights, and every fight is not physical, but it's necessary. The chaos is necessary to get everything in a particular kind of order, okay? Sometimes to get you in a certain mindset to be what you need to be in the position that you in, so that things can be more lovable, more likable, more abundant. Because when you put Venus and Jupiter together, there's definitely abundance here, okay? What I call plentiful. And this is also energies of good luck. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on with the moon energies. How does your moon energy surface around Venus and Jupiter this week when it comes to work, money, and romance? Okay. Because you know what? Let's say, for instance, too, what I'm thinking about this coming to me now is about relationships. Sometimes, you know, you have these battles in these relationships that you think you need to hold on to. But then when it's disrupted and you let it go, oftentimes you say, you know, I'm glad that I was able to let that go, because now, since I've let that go, I have an abundance of peace. You know, I have more money than I had before. Okay, there's some type of fight, some force that's happening in your energies this week or whenever your cycle is, that you got to have it out in order to have it. Externally, you're dealing with the moon in Virgo. Internally, you'll be dealing with the moon in Leo. And we know what Virgo is about: health, right? Issues surrounding health and exercise may come to the fore. Focus on your physical well-being. And that being with the energy of Venus, I can see, I'm hearing this message is approved. Okay, so for some of you, this may be some regimens that you want to take, you know, like an exercise or certain things that will give you more, say, muscle, or give you better health. Okay, so you're fighting for a better you. And this is like this is like getting into you energy. Okay, the Venus with the moon, with the Virgo moon, this is getting into you. Okay, doing what makes you feel more beautiful, more lovely, more comely, more abundant. Internally, you're dealing with Leo, and this goes with the Jupiter energy, because this deals with pleasure, and it says it's an important time to guard against being self-centered, over opinionated, or pushy. And you know, to me, I'm here like there's power in this. You know, oftentimes we don't realize that we're being a little overwhelming. Say, for instance, when we are abundant, okay, and you know, I'm hearing the word stuck up, so we don't want to get so stuck up, you know what I'm saying, that we feel like we can throw our weight around, you know, that I don't have to listen, you know, because you have, I'm seeing that you got a lot of heart here this week. You got a lot of heart. You want to make things right. You want to make sure everything's good for everybody, but at the same time, they can put you in your ego. And that's really what it's saying, you know. Temper your ego this week when it comes to work, money, and romance, okay? Because I see internally you really want to do good things. You want to build upon good things. But sometimes with this Leo energy, you can get caught up in your pride. And you want to be really, really careful with pride, because you know what they say, pride before the fall, right? And you want to be very careful with that. So we're going to see what else we're working with in terms of these houses and these energies, to give us a little extra scoop or scope on the energies you can expect this week when it comes to your work and money. And I'm just making sure. Virgo 1, it landed on 5 to my right. So I told y'all it's definitely some forced experience that you are going through this week when it comes to work and money. Externally, internally, you got the Leo again, okay? So I'm going to show that to you. It's in the upright here. You got Leo. All right. And I'll put that back over here in your internal energy. Here you got the number 5. I don't know if you can see that, but it's to my right. This is a forced energy. This is something that you have to experience. This is definitely dealing with the home. This is definitely dealing with, okay, so I see where these battles are coming from, law and order, okay? And I see the number 8 as well, which is like you're trying to figure out how, and it's to my west, so you're trying to figure out, and you don't have to do this. You can keep things the way they are, but you're trying to figure out, you're on a new slate now. You know, you're at a fresh beginning. Okay, and you're trying, I also see the number 4. So you're trying to build, construct, start anew. So maybe some of you have come into some fortune. Okay, and I just keep hearing trying to make it right. Okay, trying to make it right. I think you're a little bit confused about how to go with that. I see the moon. You will be a little confused about things, and that's okay, because again, God is in the chaos. But once you just start going about it and making these changes and doing what you have to do, you're going to see the fortune in it. But you have to have this fight. You have to have this quote-unquote war, this chaos, this little trouble, okay, in order to make things good. And I really feel like it's dealing with the home, and it's dealing with, sometimes you're struggling with yourself, you're fighting with yourself, because even when it comes to health, sometimes there are things that we don't want to give up, and you may be fighting with yourself, battling that, trying to find a way around it. But sometimes, you know, with this force, you're going to have to kind of give into it if you want the results, right? So we're going to see what your sight word is for this week's work and money for March 20th to the 26th, I believe. And, ooh, simple enough, is which. Subword, W-H-I-C-H, is which. When something is actual and factual, right? When something is, it just is, okay? It's actual and factual, which can, what? Fill in the blank. It can, which can change your world, which can change your energy, which can change your attitude, which can change your circumstances, okay? That's just coming from my inner source, is which, okay? So I wish you all could see these cards, but I need the space, okay? So that's why I tell you, it's our study hall, it's a classroom, it's the school of spirit. You should be bringing your paper and pencil, okay? That's what real students do. Also, as a treat, you all getting to use my new deck. You're the only ones that's getting it. I like this deck. It feels good. It's called the Celestial deck. Celestial deck. And we're going to try it out with you. I got some other new stuff, but I just try not to pour it all on to you at one time, okay? Just a little bit at a time. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? Again, remember to support this station by giving your thumbs. It doesn't matter to me which, as long as you support, okay? This not only helps the station, but it also helps me in my decision making in terms of what I want to do with the devices and stuff that we use. It can just add more and more and more. And of course, devil's advocates and gemstones, y'all don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I'm not giving you, I'm picking between the affirmation cards and the totem is because of the time. So I'm thinking of something else to do for you, since you're always on top of your game. All right. And I just want to say thank you so much for your views, because you definitely make a difference. All right. So let's get into these energies for your forecast this week. Overall, you have the 5 of Wands. All right, I'm already seeing that energy that we discussed. is based on the Two of Cups. You can expect the King of Pentacles. Your energies makes total sense. Stemming from the Queen of Swords. Okay. And your outcome is the Five of Pentacles. We will discuss conflict and a challenge and your supportive blessing energies momentarily. But your underlying energy is dealing with the Knight of Pentacles. And what I'm hearing is ahead. I don't know if you're trying to get ahead, if you are ahead of the game, if you're the head of household, ahead, or you going ahead and take care of something. Because the Knight of Pentacles deals with being responsible. So you're going to go ahead and take care of something. Yeah, because I see underneath there you was tossing. You was going back and forth with yourself. You wasn't sure if this is what you wanted to do. Maybe you were just looking at the numbers. Maybe you're like, I don't know if I want to spend my money on this. I don't know if I want to live like this. But this is definitely taking responsibility. And for some of you, this could be an offer. You know, maybe you going back and forth in your head. We're dealing with Venus in the home, or things that deal with domestic life, about whether or not you want them to be in the home, okay? And then underneath there, we have the Ten of Pentacles again. So some of you really may be on the cusp of Taurus, or you may be dealing with a Taurus or Virgo or Capricorn here. Because this is about wealth as well, how to build, okay? How to sustain and maintain. You know, this is the Ten of Pentacles. This is again, your level of wealth, your level of riches, what you're working with. And like I tell you all the time, riches has nothing to do with how many zeros are in the back. Riches have to do with how you fare in your circumstances. Okay? And overall, you're dealing with this Five of Wands, which can be either collaboration, or this is plot planning and strategizing. Okay, sometimes this can deal with outside battles. Okay, that's your overall energy. It's like everybody got their weapon, everybody got their ideal, everybody got their own thing that they focus on. But how do we put it together? Okay, how do we put this together? What's your idea? What's your idea? What you think? What I think? Okay. For some of you, this could be plot planning, strategizing outside of your home, outside of yourself, or even at work. Okay. Like how they want to come at you. You know, maybe disrupt your home, disrupt your relationship. For others of you, this is like we all on the same team, but we all have our own focus. And at the end of the day, how do we put our energies together to make things good, to make things go smooth, to complete the work of the day? So this can also be a team effort, but it's like that. You do your part, I do my part, everything works. Ooh, this is, okay, you see how that jumped out? This is kind of something that it needs to be worked out so that it can be also be released. I'm also hearing the word comfort. So this is to bring about some level of comfort. Again, we're going back to this Venus and Jupiter energy. And it's all based on the Two of Cups. Okay, so this is definitely a meeting of the minds, a pairing up. This can also be dealing with couples. Like I said, for somebody, for one or some of you, this is a decision about whether or not we want to move in together or stay together in the same home. For others of you, this is a proposal for business. Business could be anything. It could be an actual business idea where you want to make money, or taking care of business, how you want to do this. But it's a definite exchange of thought, but it is coming from feelings. Okay, it's based on feelings, how you feel about a thing. And that's very relevant. Because with me, your feelings deal a lot with gut instinct, okay? And hearing, and what I love about the Two of Cups is that it's the kind of energy where you're willing to hear the whole thing, hear out what a person has to say before you make a definite decision. For those of you where this is dealing with, I'm also hearing cleaning house. It's something about your home. Devil's Advocates and Gemstones, big time for somebody. It's definitely about the home. Okay. But this could definitely be work related, where this has been done or it will be done. With, say for instance, someone will reach out to you. Because this is definitely about strategizing, maybe about knowing your place, your workplace, your workspace, what you'll be doing, your duties. I don't know if this is a new job or if it's a job that you're already working with. This may be dealing with extra responsibilities or just trying something out. Because I keep hearing saying about what you can do, having a discussion about what you can do this week when it comes to work, money, and romance. It's stemming from this Queen of Swords energy. And then the Queen of Swords is the one in demand, in command. This is a respected energy. This is, I'm going to speak my truth, okay? And you can take it or leave it, all right? The Queen of Swords is a bit of a force. This could be you. This could be someone else. It is air energy. This is someone who thinks intelligently about a thing. Someone who gives you intelligent, an intelligent way of looking at things. This is food for thought right here. Okay, I don't know if this is a supervisor. I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is someone outside of you, an aunt, a mother, a godmother. But it was something said or written. That's causing this meetup. That's causing this meeting of the minds. Okay? There's a meeting of the minds this week when it comes to work, money, and romance. So this is basically the battle. I don't know if some of you are needing some type of space, you know, to do you. If this is in the home with a partner. Because it's definitely dealing with responsibility. Responsibility in the home, what you can do, what they can do. This could be something as simply a chore chart for the kids. Okay? And maybe you and your better half is having a discussion about that. You know? Because I don't know, with the way we have families now, you know, we have these already made families merging, which has been around forever, but you know, this may be new, you know, a new setup or some sort. Okay, but I feel like some law had to be laid down. You know, we need to get an understanding here. You know, I need you to know what I need you to know what I need. That's the Queen of Swords. Because one thing about this energy, it analyzes, it takes in first before it responds. The Queen of Swords is not a reactive energy. It's too highly intelligent for that. But it will respond to things, you know, and it's at a precise time. It's at the right time that you need to hear this, that you need to read this, that you need to know this. Let's find out the reason. Okay. Let's find out what's going on. What is the reason, dear source, for the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups? Because this is mind and heart. Okay, which really comes from the same space, but the octanes are different. You know, because you can't always go on your mind. Sometimes you got to go with your heart. You know, with how you feel about a thing, about what you're sensing, as opposed to what you're thinking. Okay, so dear source, can you please tell us the reason? There go 2 cards right there. I'll take it. Okay. It's definitely got, there's the 2 of Cups again. It's definitely, I think this is about a relationship. Okay. This is, for some of you, this is definitely about a relationship that you're already in. And I feel like for whatever reason, there's some hostilities here. For some of you, there is something about self-control, maintaining yourself in spite of what's been going on in your environment. That's, like I said, this kind of makes me feel like there's a mess in the environment and you want to clean it up. You want to clear it up. I don't know if it's inside the home or outside the home, but that's definitely some type of battles. At work, this could be some bantering. Because it's dealing with being close, being connected, but having to maintain yourself, your sensuality, holding back because something is not appropriate here. And you got it here with the Leo again, because the Strength card represents the Leo. It's an important time to guard against being self-centered, over-opinionated, or pushy. Okay? So that may even come into play with this energy. This is definitely a sexual connection. And it's a strong sexual connection. But it's like one that you maintaining yourself. It's one where you have to hold back and it's something about right timing here. Because this is also about holding back, withdrawing. It deals with sexual energies, okay? Which is also pleasure. I feel like some truth was spoken here. Something was given to you to think about based on this connection. Even though you're feeling a passion for this, maybe, feeling very deeply connected, it's something about where you are, the vicinity, the environment that you're in, that's causing a rift, okay? That's making it hard to connect. It's making it hard to give in to something, because it's here and it's here. And maybe that's why you need to have this challenge, this conversation. Okay. For others of you on the job, this is stealing from some type of, this Queen of Swords can also be one that gives direction, that gives some type of command based on this meeting of the minds or this soul connection. maybe this Queen of Swords energy is in this Two of Cups. This could be you or someone outside of you. And the Queen of Swords is very careful about whom she gives herself over to. Okay? She just, remember I told you, the Queen of Swords is somebody who totally controls her space. You got to get permission to get into that space. But whoever this Queen of Swords with, whether it's you or someone outside of you, it's an obvious connection here, a touching of the souls, but there is abstinence. For some reason, there is a hold on pleasure. We can't do that right now. So what can we expect? The King of Pentacles, maybe it has to do with money. You know, we have those mentalities where, you know, you got to pay to play. You know, I'm not going to just be giving you my body and you not doing anything. You need to step up to the plate. You need to get in the game. You need to play your part. Okay? You need to serve the team. You need to serve the family. And here we have the King of Pentacles here, which is a financial decision maker, someone who contemplates when, where, and how money will be spent, where it will go, whether I will grant you anything. Okay? And I see the King of Pentacles as the head of the household. Now, for some, this is stemming from a directive or order, you know, that you need to think about. Maybe they even ask, can you think about this? I don't know if it's a business idea, a business plan, but there's definitely something strategic going on here. It's in the Venus energy, it's in the Five of Wands. And I'm hearing with speed. So I need you to, you know, think about this now. Okay? But things are not certain. Things are still unclear in this fiery energy. You know, maybe because it's been too much conflict. Okay? And maybe somebody has gotten lost in the pleasure of life. For some of you, this Queen of Swords could be a notice. And you're having to think about where money would be dispensed or whether or not you want to pay something. This could just definitely be literally about a bill this week when it comes to work and money. But I told you somewhere I saw where you was going to take care of it, the responsibility, whether or not you was going to take care of it. I don't know if this is a request or if it's something that voluntary, okay? Because, you know, the King of Swords also deals with contributions, donations, granting a person their wish. That's what's going on this week when it comes to work and money. So maybe this Queen of Swords energy is kind of like a urging, you know, kind of like we do here to support the temple, because our goal is to hopefully one day be able to come to you full time and basically be, I'm a servant of mankind, I'm a servant of humanity, but I can't give myself totally over, or none of us can without your support. It's kind of like that. And I see in the outcome, needs will be taken care of, the bare necessities, not going over. And that's what I like about this King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles energy. It's responsible energy, okay? It may be slow, but it's coming, okay? And I see in the outcome that maybe part of this strategic thing that's going on has to deal with finances, okay? Some of you, if this is about a job opportunity, this is about where you will work and how much you will get paid and who you will be serving, okay? Because the Five of Pentacles deal with needs. And I see that some needs will be met after this meeting, based on this meeting, based on this coming together. For some of you, this may, like I said, this may be about a relationship. coming together. We know what we need. This is what we're going to do to get things done, or to make you comfortable, or, you know, maybe this coming together is based on needs. And after some thought, you know, maybe it's the kid's daddy. You know, we need to be together. We could do better together. Maybe it's a new mate. I don't know. For others of you, this is a consideration, whether it's you or them on the job, about what you want, what you feel is fair for your exchange in the workplace. And I see that here in Jupiter. What's beneficial, you know, what's good, what's fair, what's lovely, okay? Because Jupiter is a giver. Okay, just like the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a bit of a giver. Okay, but like I tell people all the time, when it comes to the King of Pentacles, be sure you know what you're asking for, because this is what you're going to get. All right, let's see what the challenge is, or the conflict is. The Seven of Swords. Okay. Now, for some of you, this is a message that you're being left behind. I don't know, somebody trying to throw something back at you. Somebody trying to say something smart, out of pocket, based on this. You know, some people slick talk and say things based on this meeting or based on this connection. Or for others of you, it's you having a conflict on how to come across. Okay? You're just trying to figure out, how do I come across? You know, what do I say? How do I say this where, you know, I say enough to get your attention, or I say enough to get you to respond or reply. That's your conflict this week. That's your challenge this week. How you come across, how they come across. Because I definitely see you trying to figure out which is the best route to go. Somebody is. Either the person in charge, you, or someone outside of you. How to come across. But what will help you is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? So, again, something beneficial is coming through. I don't know if you're getting your tax check. Because you know money is power. Okay? And it can give you a kind of will, you know, to do things, to speak up, okay? Because definitely with this Wheel of Fortune, you're able to accomplish something. For some of you, it's a change in destination. For others of you, this is the arrival. Now, I don't know if it's stemming from this King of Pentacles, purchasing this, what was necessary, and this arise is what maybe you were strategizing about when you met up. But this is definitely arriving to some decision, which is going to be fortunate for you and pleasurable, I might add. It's going to make things better. But it's all based on this meeting of the minds. Let's go ahead and sum this up for you this week. Let's see what's going on. I know you all have stayed in the Leo's energy for quite some time now. It's okay, Source. So let's sum this up for our Devil Advocates and Gemstones. What is this going to be like? Ooh, y'all got the Bear. Wow, with the pair. So the Bear deals with independence, being a loner, family. It's this with being responsible. Okay. That's what we have in here, being responsible. And prosperity. It has the pair here, which deals with prosperity. Also deals with the first fruits. Okay, so some of you may be considering first fruit giving. I don't know if you're giving it to the church, if you're giving it to some platform, but we know when you give, you get, right? So this is very healthy, I would say. But you can also do your own research on the bear. It has a lot of good traits, I might add. We're going to get you a chakra card. External, internal energies, please, source, regarding our beautiful devils, advocates, and gemstones. All right. What are we working for? What's going to be beneficial for them this week in terms of their chakra for this week's work and money? I think it's coming. Okay, so externally, we have the fourth. Oh, makes sense. We have the fourth chakra, the heart chakra. It's going to be dealing with compassion and forgiveness. I told you there was some hostility and some fighting in your house. I have compassion for myself and for those around me. I let go of anger, resentments, and torments from the past. We're dealing with beloved. And I do not give my power away to those involved. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. I forgive myself for the things I feel I could have done differently in the past. And I remind myself that my response could not have been any more evolved than it was at the time. So we're still growing, right? I am compassionate to those in need. That might be this King of Pentacles here, getting those necessities. As this shows them that they are not alone. I practice this by listening, sharing, understanding, and being of service. That is so beautiful. And part of that here is you supporting the temple with your likes, your comments, by subscribing and sharing. Okay, that's also King of Pentacles energy. That's a thing. Okay, we talk about the nouns. The seventh chakra, crown chakra, meditation and silence is your inner energy for your chakras this week. I sit still in meditation regularly as I know there is power in silence. I seek out stillness during some part of every day. In the silence, I am open to receive without asking and without expectation. That's important. Without expectation. That's real giving. In the silence, I will hear and see the truth. That's probably coming from this Queen of Swords. Okay? Rest, tranquility, and peace are rejuvenating to my spirit. Miraculous, emotional, mental, and physical healings are available when I am open to receive. So I think we touched on that a little bit about the healings. Let's get you a gemstone. All right. What gemstone is beneficial this week for the devil's advocates and gemstones? What gemstone or crystal energy is beneficial this week for our devil advocates and gemstones? Still source. That was quick. Oh, you have turquoise. You have the 9 of coins. All right, the 9 of coins energy. Turquoise. Can you see that? Turquoise. All right. 9 of coins. Let's go to the back. You know them coins gonna be in the back. They the hardest. Okay, it says this symbol of the sea. I hope y'all can see that. There we go. This symbol of the sea gives us purity of thought and thus lead us to greater wisdom. Turquoise promotes creativity, the power of imagination, and an understanding of nature. Its rich coloring shows us the abundance and beauty of nature, allowing an awareness of success and a joy of living to grow within us. It deals with profit, financial success, growth, satisfaction, abundance, circumspection, optimistic outlook, and security. And we touched on those things. The shadow aspect of this is danger, fraud, castles in the air, insecurity. And I think that's what we're dealing with. Looking at the world through rose-colored glasses, okay? So I think that's in this right here with this queen and this. Looking at the world, I'm sorry, castles in the insecurities. That's just stuck out in my soul to bring that out, okay? Now, before I do your affirmation, we're going to get you a Spiritual Vibe Oracle message for this week. Dear Source, what Spiritual Vibe Oracle message would you like for me to share with devil advocates and gemstones for this week's work, money, and romantic guidance? While I shuffle, please remember to support your temple with your likes. Or you may dislike it, but I need one or the other, okay? Go on and put up them thumbs. And don't forget to check the description box. Look for the links below. All right? Oh, you have taking without asking. Okay, so I don't know if some of you've taken a break without asking. If this has something to do with your job, you know, maybe you just feel you could. Underlining energy is masochist. Okay, so maybe that's what you're dealing with in your neighborhood. You know, masochist is somebody who is turned on by making you uncomfortable. And generally, it has sexual undertones. So I saw a lot of this here. And then remember I told you somebody in your yard? That masochist could be in your yard. This could be at your job. You know, somebody just turned on, but you may not want to be bothered with them. But for whatever reason, that energy turns them on. They want to make you uncomfortable. Let's get you a spiritual vibe written word. Let me hurry up because the time is getting ready to leave. What message do you have for them, dear source? What message do you have for them? It says, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. All right, we're familiar with that. And underlining beauty, message deals with beauty. Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself, by Coco Chanel. It also says your outer beauty will capture the eyes. Your inner beauty will capture the heart. Stephen Atkinson. So I don't know what he's attracted to, this masochist or she, but it's there. It's your underlying energy. All right, so it's affirmation for my dear devil's advocates and gemstones, please. And you know, I just got to thinking this bear energy that summarized your reading can also be used as a totem. All right. And your affirmation says, today I am curious. Today I will open my mind and explore new possibilities and opportunities. All right, go ahead, King of Pentacles. And on that note, I'm going to leave it right here, Devil Advocates and Gemstones. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Tarot Temple once again for your work, money, and romantic guidance. I cannot wait to bring you another one. But until then, remember to walk by faith and by sight. Next week, take care of yourself. Peace be unto you, which means